Hi everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. Um, I've been playing with Christmas fabrics. Just playing. I put little things to watch on my computer there, and then I just stitch away. And with my scraps, it's just amazing what you can do with scrap fabrics. And so, but I made the mitten, and I love how it turned out. That one was inspired by, well, Lala Gamaluriway, who is one of the administrators on the Scrappinlizzi Unicorn site. She put up a video that shows how to make little bitty mittens. But I didn't make a little bitty mitten. I made a large one that fits, well, like as large as my hand. But anyway, I used a a quilt square piece, and just, or two, one for each side. And um, Tracy Turner put up, she was making the cutest little trees and out of fabrics. And so I took some more of my little scrap. Well, I still have to sew this one. This one I don't have stitched around yet. I actually have put scraps of batting that I had even inside of there. So, and then I'll stitch all the way, I'll whip stitch all the way around the edge to make that one look like this one. Well, this one here, I went all the way around the edge, but then I went back and forth like this. And I won't, because I only got little pieces of batting in there, I went back and forth so they wouldn't move around. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a zigzag again, but when I do another zigzag on this one, I'm going to put beads on it too, and probably beads on both sides. And then this one here, yep, I got that one ready to decorate. This one here I decorated with buttons. And so, but see, like I put a button here, and then directly across on the other side is a button. And that's how I did the buttons on here, to make it look like ornament. And I think that is pretty neat too. And what I'll probably do is maybe I'll take some fabric paint or stickles or something, and I'll write the year down here. I'll put the year down here. And then I'll probably give them away. And so, and then I've had fun with, well, I have fun with scraps. I'm telling you, I love my scraps. Oh, and then this one, maybe I showed you that one. But see, I just, for my pattern, I just took a piece of paper and I just folded it in half and then cut the shape of half of a tree. And then when you open it up, then you have your tree. And I just have like 3 boughs on each side and the stem, and that's my tree. And so you can make it whatever size you want. And then I've been making, well, I'm going to be working on a journal, on my 12 Days of Christmas journal. For the last 4 or 5 years, I've made a December daily journal, but I didn't want to do that this year. I wanted to do something different. And so I'm going to do my 12 Days of Christmas journal. But what I've done to put on some of my page edges is I've just taken Christmas fabrics that I have. This one I just took a piece of selvage edge, and I stitched all of them pieces on there, and then went across with a silver piece of ribbon. And then this one, but then I did this, and I like this better. I still might go across with a ribbon, but I took a 2-inch wide piece of fabric, and this one is about 18 inches long, and I cut my squares in my pieces into squares, like maybe like a 2-inch square. So all of my pieces are cut into like 2-inch squares. And so all of this Christmas fabric was sent to me by a very, very generous subscriber, and I just love them. So then when I take those squares to sew them on, I I scrunch them. It's what I call my scrunch a bunch, but I put them on like a diagonal, like the so like the piece is going down this. I put it up diagonally, and um, and I just scrunch it. So by doing it with a 2x2s, approximately, not exactly, you know, then it pretty much all comes out even. So like this one here, I put that a green background, and then I just put I scrunched them on there. This is going to go on the edge of a page, and I think it's so pretty. Then this one I did with a red piece, the back piece, and then stitched. And I'm not sure yet if I might still go all the way down the middle with a ribbon. Maybe a silver or gold, or maybe red or green, something Christmas color. And then I thought, well, I wonder what it would look like if I have some of this lace that's 4 inches wide. And I thought that turned out real pretty. And again, I used 2-inch squares, but put them in on the diagonal and scrunched them. And I think it's beautiful. And so if I were to cut like a piece that long off, then this could be a pocket in my fabric journal, in my Christmas 12 Days of Christmas journal. And so that's my plan for that. And so those are my strips that I've done. And then I have this piece I don't even know how big this is. It's about 20 inches by 20 inches. This was a napkin, like a cloth napkin. And I just started putting pieces of quilt squares here and there. I just put them on there, and then I went in a few places and did the scrunch a bunch on them. And then I went all the way around the edge again with the scrunch a bunches, and using those 2-inch squares. And they don't have to be 2-inch squares, they can be any size squares. But and they don't even have to be squares, all they need to be is scraps. And so then I stitched them on, and I love this. And this is going to be a wall hanging, but what I want to do is I want to get, well, I got to look in my Christmas decorations. I want this to be on the wall. I don't have any floor space to put a tree or anything. I'm not going to have a tree, but this, I'm just going to put it on the wall, and I'm just going to thumbtack it. I don't rent, I own, so hey, I can thumbtack. So I'm going to thumbtack, but then I'm going to get like ribbon and a ribbon and a ball, and put the little balls at different, at different lengths, and then this will be like the background. And so you can't see the whole thing at once, but you can see that it's beautiful. You can see how part of it is that quilted, and then part of it is the scrunch a bunch. So I've done that. Well, now I went on to the Scrappinlizzi unicorn site, and I saw that Lala Gamma put up another idea for Christmas decorations. Now this one was a little origami folded Christmas tree, and you'll see the link to it on the Scrappinlizzi unicorn page, and you'll see where Lori had posted G. Kerr's video. Now, but then here I am in the fabric mode. So I have this square ruler, which is 9 by 9, I think. Yeah, it's like 9.5 by 9.5 is what it actually is. Okay, so, and then I said, well, I want to see if I can do it with fabric. So I cut a fabric. Well, I cut a couple. But now, what I believe I believe that you would need to have an iron to do this. I don't know if it would come out right without an iron because the pattern is actually paper. And so, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then I'm going to iron. And what she did was she first folded it in half on the diagonal. And like I say, paper, any color, no, any size square of paper. And but I'm using fabric because I am just always have to be different. Okay, so now I'm going to take this just like she showed, and I'm going to press it here. You could probably finger press it and it would be just fine. And so we're going to go like this, and then we're going to do the other side and fold that into the middle. Okay, and then we're going to take and turn this whole thing up to where this bottom point meets to the top point. If you're using paper, just fold it. If you're using, you can probably just finger press it and it would work just fine. But I'm using my little iron because I love to iron things. Okay, so then there's that. Now, okay, what did she do next? Wait a minute here. Did she do this here? Oh, no. I don't remember. No, that's not right. What did she do next, Elizabeth? Here, here. No. Hang on, you guys. Okay, I had to go back to G. Kerr's page and look because I had that quickly I'd forgotten. Okay, so I had that correct up to here, and then the next step was to now fold this, the sides in to where they're even with the opposite side there. All right, and then I'm going to turn this side in. Just until that fold is even with the fold underneath it. Okay, and then girls and boys and unicorns and such. Hang on a minute. Okay, now remember always, I let you know that I'm not here to teach, I'm only here to show you what I do. And what I do isn't always right. So I want to get this, I see here, I don't have it exactly folded correctly. I'm going to re-iron it so my point up here is more even. There we go, that's much better, Elizabeth. Okay, and there, now. And so this is like this. And so now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold this down, fold this piece down, and then iron. Okay, I'm seeing one thing already here, which might be a problem. And it is a well, you know what? It is a problem with fabric. See, I didn't do this first. See, then you just turn it up a little bit like this. And then you have the tree. But I can see here that I got the center, the inside of the fabric showing, not the outside. So, but I don't know if that'll be a problem. I don't think that'd be a problem. I don't think at all. Now, if you have double-sided paper and you're doing it with double-sided paper, this would be amazing. Now, I want to try it with this green one because the thing I was wanting to do, now let's see if I can do this better this time. But see, when G. Kerr showed hers, she had um, like coffee dyed paper she did it with, and some Christmas wrap she did it with, and then some designer paper. And so they all turned out really, really pretty. And so, but um, and so I didn't pay a whole lot of attention for the tree trunk. But you know what? The tree trunk, you really, or the vase, the pot you put it in, it doesn't have to be. You don't even want it to be the same color as the tree. So then that would be fine like that. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can remember from that one to this one, because what I'm thinking of, what I was thinking is if I could make them back to back. And then stitch, ooh, that fabric's hot. And then stitch around them like I did the other trees. Like maybe do a blanket stitch. Okay, so I did that. So then this piece goes up here and we match the points, and then we fold and press or fold your paper. Now, please go on G. Kerr's page and look at how she did hers. Woo-wee, that's hot. Okay, so now I'm going to, you know what if I fold it inwards? Let me see how that, instead of folding it, I just want to try something here. I'm going to press this yet. I'm just going to go like this. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna go different on this, because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this inward. Maybe that's how she did hers too. I don't know. And so, and then I'm gonna bring that up to a point. And then I'm going to put this one, get that point. Okay, and then fold it together up here like this. Now both of those sides are exactly the same, but now I want the tree trunk. Now see, here's where you can also get very creative. You could maybe even stitch, leave it that way, then you've got a double-sided, and you could add a tree trunk. Just slow stitch that on there. And if you're going to go all the way around with like a blanket stitch or something, that would be awesome. Just awesome, see? So you could do that and make that a tree. And then this is double-sided. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, now we want to turn this down, so the about an inch now. Well, when you're doing yours, you know, it's going to depend on what size your square is. Okay, now it's hot. Now I'm going to turn this up this way. To where I have that point right level with this. And I probably should, you know, if I used a little spray starch. Uh-oh. Why you not want to spray starch? Well, if that isn't, this is completely full. Well, I'm going to have to wash that lid, that sprayer, so we won't do that part. Okay, so then doing it that way now my tree trunk or the pot is the same side, same color, where this one And because I was thinking you could take it this way and make it two-sided and have two different colors. Well, you'd have to make sure you fold it the same. But, okay, well, so this is my change. I'm going to do this now here, too. Instead of folding it this way, I'm going to fold it inward. Does that make any sense to you guys? I'm not teaching you. I'm just showing you what I do. And that's my trick. I just show you what I do. I don't teach nothing. I don't teach nothing. No. I don't teach nothing at all. So, and you, now, the thing is, when the girls there's 4 girls that work together putting up these ideas on the Scrappinlizzi Unicorn site. They work together and they always come up with the most awesome things. And as you look through them, they are always a suggestion. They don't have to be, you don't have to do them exactly like the pattern says. So see here now, I'm going to go down here. And then if I wanted to make it two-sided, what I would do is I would put this here, and when I fold this up, I would make sure I fold it exactly like that other one is. So, and you could slow stitch this or use your sewing machine to stitch it together. I kind of really like this. So there now. So and you know, by having all that fabric, quite a bit of layer of fabric here, it kind of gives it that a little bit of weight to it. So, so there is that tree. And the way G. Carr did hers, she made it out of paper and she used the smaller square. And she also then, on the back, she was able to make it into a paper clip. Now, I love this. I think this is awesome. It is very quick. And where these ones, I love these, but when you start stitching around, you've got the boughs, the branches to go around stitching, so it takes a little while. This one, it would go quite quickly. And then you can decorate it with beads or buttons or whatever. Put a little star on the top, and that would be so pretty. And so, yeah, I think this is a great idea. So what I'm going to do with this one, I got one more cut out. One more square. Okay, I can go crazy with these two. I'm just, I'm thinking I just want to give a little ornament to each family. Because I'm not giving much, but last year I went with the bowl cozy thing, so each family got bowl cozies for each one. As you can see on my woolen mat, sometimes I forget and I leave my my iron laying down, and I've burned it a little bit, but it's okay. It's my mat. It's my mat. It was a gift from my dear friend Joy. That girl has spoilt me. Well, I'm telling you, I've been spoiled by the best of the spoilers. I'm telling you. I don't mind being spoiled. I don't mind being spoiled. I kind of like it. I shouldn't say that. I used to always think when I was growing up, my sister was spoiled. Gosh, she got everything she wanted while I was washing dishes. So anyhow, and but now I'm the spoiled one. See, so yeah. I wash the dishes. So karma, see, good. I got, to, yeah, that's what I say. Karma made me now be spoiled. That was dumb to say, right? No. You know what? I have to just say that I am blessed and I am grateful to all these beautiful things that I have to work with. And like, I have so much Christmas fabric that was sent to me. Two ladies sent me Christmas fabric. I had Barbara and Judy, and they both sent me Christmas fabrics. And I'm telling you what's truth, I'm having fun with them. I am having so much fun with them. Okay, now this one, I'm just going to fold it this way, and that's where I'm going to end. And then I'm going to stitch it, and I might use just right on the edge the machine stitch. But then what I want to do, see, I've got all these strips. Look, my thing is hung up on here on a string. Alicia sent me that. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. Now, but now all these strips, and this isn't even all of them, but I'm going to look at these strips real quick. Ooh, 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 yeah, this green, this is not red, green, this is red. Okay, see, them 2-inch strips, and see, that's what I've used those strips to cut my 2-inch, squares. I just sort of cut them into 2-inch squares. Okay, so what I want to do here now is, let me see, I'm going to need to have my little vase. You know what I'm going to do? I don't want to hem because I don't like to hem and stuff because that's too much work. And so I'm just going to cut with my pinking shears. I love my pinking shears. Okay, so I got them, and I was able to buy myself, I had a pair of pinking shears, but they were like, they so didn't work. They were so dull. And so I thank everyone who has purchased from my Etsy store, because then I was able to get myself a new pair of pinking shears. So I could do this way, or would I want, maybe I don't want it that big. Maybe I would just want it like this and just right on the edge. Oh, you know what? Because it's double-sided, I would want it just like this. That's what I would do. I would, just do it this way. Now, let me see, move my keyboard and move my stuff, and if I can just go right up here. Excuse my mess. Excuse my mess. And I am going to just go ahead and use my sewing machine. Move my square down here. And I'm going to go, okay, this is already on a wiggle stitch. So I'm going to use my wiggle stitch. I think somebody said this was a serpentine stitch, and maybe it is. I don't know. You might have told me something else was a serpentine stitch. And I put a request also on the Scrappinlizzi Unicorn site, and I said, please, everyone, show us pictures of your decorations Now, and that could be handmade decorations or store-bought decorations, whatever decorations you have. Oh, especially handmade decorations. We want to see them. And put them in the oh, please put them in the group so we can see them. Scrappinlizzi unicorns, if you haven't. Oops, I turned that one over. But there I just went around with that stitch. If you can see that. Look, my snowman's upside down. Oh, this snowman's right side up. But look, I turned that over right there, but that's okay. I'll put a button right there. But isn't that beautiful? Just a beautiful tree. Now this, using that 9 by 9 inch, made a 7.5 inch. This one is 7.5 inches from the bottom of the bin to the point at the top. And if I put a star up here, it might be a tad bigger. And then you can also put a little tab up here to hang it. And so I think that's great. Now this here, I think this is quite thick down here. So I believe I'm going to hand stitch that one around. And so that's 2 more Christmas trees that I have. And I love them. And so you see what the difference is. I don't know why I've always got to be different. I just don't know. This might just go ahead and sew through that. Let me try and see. Because I like the look of that stitch. Let me see. It might not want to go through all that weight. I don't know, because this one's a little bit different. You can see, okay, we're getting to the thick part. Thump, 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 thump. It's about time for me to change the needle too. Just going through all those layers. And then around the little pot. And we turn. Oh, and these ones would go really quickly. Oh, stop. Let's get up there on that. Yeah, it's a little rough going through that thickness, and probably because my needle needs changed. Oh, okay, I made a lump. My thread got kind of clumpy, and that's not the fault of the sewing machine. It's the fault of the operator. I didn't get the whole thing stitched. It's because it was thick here. This right in through here was thick. But even still, look, it's pretty. I think it's very pretty. I think this one would be prettier if I do a blanket stitch all the way around. But I have got my trees. I've got my trees. I've got my mitten. And then I got to still sew this tree. And then I got this one. I got to put decorations on it. And I am having fun with these. This one's all decorated. I would say this is done, except I have to put a little hanger on it. But see, even the top, I put 2 buttons. But each one of these, I put a button on each side and sewed them on at the same time. So, but that's my pile of beauty. I'm telling you, scraps. Gosh, what you can do with scraps. Just scrapping, just scrapping. That's why my mother named me Scrappinlizzi. Well, she didn't actually name me Scrappinlizzi, but... And this one's like a bigger scrap, but you still don't need... I mean, you can make these smaller and make them with just... You know, this is a 9.5 inch square. You can use a 6 inch square. Make a 4 inch square. You can make them. But like I say, the pattern actually showed for paper. to do it with paper. So you can do it with paper to put it in your paper crafting album. And it's all yours to do with whatever you want to do with it. And so that's great. Now, you know what? I wanted to find, I meant to look for that other book before I did. Let me see. Heart Gift. Is this the one? No, I have one that is for the seasons. You know, that's Poems of Faith. Lovingly. Is that the one for the Poems for All Seasons? Yeah, that's this one. Okay. And this was sent to me by Erin Morrison. Erin Morrison, thank you, Erin, for this. So I'm going to go, let's see. Thanksgiving. The Miracle of Christmas. Let's read that one. Okay. Miracles are marvels that defy all explanation, and Christmas is a miracle and not just a celebration. For when the true significance of this so-called Christmas story penetrates the mind of men and transforms them with its glory, then only can rebellious man, so hate-torn with dissension, behold the adversaries with a broader, new dimension. For we can only live in peace when we learn to love each other and accept all human beings with the compassion of a brother. And it takes the Christ of Christmas to change man's point of view, for only through the Christ child can all men be born anew. And that is why God sent his Son as a Christmas gift of love, so that wickedness and hatred, which the world had so much of, could find another outlet by following in Christ's way and discovering a new power that violence can't outweigh. And in this Christmas story of the Holy Christ child's birth is answer to a better world and goodwill and peace on earth. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Peace on earth. And let's not give up. Some people have said, oh, there's never going to be peace on earth. No, don't give it that. Don't give up. Don't give up, because yes, there can be peace on earth. We just have to do our part to get it started. And so, and if each person on the earth did their part, there would be peace on earth. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. And I thank you so much for watching. And like I say, if you have made any Christmas decorations especially, please post pictures of them in the Scrappinlizzi Unicorns Facebook group. We'd love to have you in that group if you're not already. And if you're already in there, please post some pictures of how you decorate. Now, and there might be people, I know I've got one Jewish friend that celebrates Hanukkah, and there might be more than that. And then also in different countries have different customs that they use at Christmas time. I think it's in Mexico where you put your shoes outside the front door. And, you know, there is just so many different customs in different countries. And we see so many different countries now that we have the internet. And oh my goodness, how wonderful it would be to learn, or even not even just decorations, but foods. You might have a special food that you have at through the holidays, whatever your holiday would be. I mean, Kwanzaa is in December, and then we also have Advent. And then after Christmas, is it Boxing Day after Christmas? Now I'm forgetting. And so many good things. The 12 days of Christmas, which starts on Christmas Day. Anything, if you know, let's see what you do. Let's hear what you do. It's just wonderful to share. And this way we get to know each other. And even there's so many differences in the South here in America, in the South and in the North. Because in the North, you guys can, you all can post a picture of your snowman that you make, or your children make, or your grandchildren make. And then us here in Florida, we can show you sitting on the beach in the sunshine and making a snowman out of sand. Okay, God bless you all. May He watch over you every step you take, every move you make. And we will see you healthy, happy, and safe at the next video. God bless. God bless. Thank you.